The bit that scared me, Jay,
Yeah.
when we was on Never a Foul,
Mm.
I got something come up in my WhatsApp that said Chelsea's looking to get rid of Nicholas Jackson, and someone said, Arsenal, you know what to do. And I went, you're lying.
Yeah, but
Because
they've been linked to him before. Jackson's on their short list. So if they don't get the strikers that they want and they're gonna keep looking down, eventually they
Deadline
get.
day.
bro, I can see if something left goes on with that Gyökeres deal, all of a sudden, Nicholas Jackson is looking likely, and someone who we know to be a bum, that's when these top gooners will start shaking their bum violently. Yeah, but you know, with Odegaard, do you know what I mean? With Saka, he will get goals.
I actually don't think Jackson is a bad player, Ded, you know, but I don't think he addresses the problems that they need, which is a consistent forward. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's the same problem we had at our club, right? We were sitting there complaining about consistency and then you linked with inconsistent players, bro. You've gone and got one of the most inconsistent wingers in the league. And everyone's going to say, oh, he's direct. Martinelli's direct. Garnacho's direct. Wilson Odebert's direct. Mateus Tell is direct.
BJ Johnson's direct.
Brennan Johnson is somewhat direct, bro. You could even argue Nicholas Jackson's direct. If that's what we're going for, if anything, I might as well just go to Sports Direct and hire someone if we just want direct. If that's what we're doing, if it's just direct.
Jay, when I go to work and I'm walking towards the station, I'm direct.
Until he catches the one train, he don't get no stop.
Direct train. It's like, where's the ambition? It's sad, and you know what? People was getting onto Dej earlier for sitting here saying that there's that he's of the belief that Arsenal could drop out of the top four. If you don't buck up your ideas, you can drop out the top four, because no one expected Forest to do what they did last season, but they did it. No one expected Villa to, although Villa are a good team, no one expected them to put on a run for Champions League football. Newcastle, the Brighton, all these other teams are out here doing bit. Bro, Sunderland signed 6 players. Sunderland have signed 6 players, and the window's been open for 5 weeks.
Yeah, but you know what it is, though, DJ. Sorry, DJ. Yeah, 1 sec. Yeah, the table's been lying to Arsenal, bro. Like, even the way they were playing last season, it wasn't like a team that's playing that's second. You know, when he's like, okay, cool, you didn't win the league. So like when we had City and Liverpool going for the league and they were second, they were playing amazing football. You get what I'm saying? They just missed out by a little bit, that kind of thing. These men were playing corners, ultra defensive mode like FIFA and that, and they managed to get second. That tells you everything about the league and that moment in time in terms of where all the other top teams were, innit? So, bro, if everyone else does their job, Arsenal does not end up second. They might not even make top four.
But yes, so we talked about that. I remember after the Southampton game where Arsenal won 3-2, and I said to North, and North agreed with me that how long is this set piece football gonna work? When the set piece don't work, what are you gonna do in plan B? And we saw the drop off and the fall off during the season. But for me, what I'm struggling with, and maybe it's not for Northside to answer this, maybe it's for the Arsenal, the top gooners in the chat to answer this. For me, football and the Premier League is not difficult. Yasser, the reason why you come with chest on this channel is because you knew certain men had pedigree. Do you get me? Caicedo, we know is a baller. You know Enzo is a baller. Even if we're cussing him, slow start, it's all banner, but we know real recognize real.
Yeah.
Now, me and Jay had a conversation where we said, you know what? We can't understand why Tottenham can't get the best of the rest. Why can't we go into Brighton and get a Belabor? That's what we said. Why can't we go and get Morgan's Gibb White? Why can't we get Eze and Adam Wharton? We said this. Do you get me? Why can't we get a Kudus, the best of the rest, and build a formidable team? And it's like they've been watching our streams. This summer, they've done that. Now, the bit I don't get is why Arsenal don't do that. We know they need a striker. They're dilly-dallying. We know you need a winger. You brought in Noni. Noni is not displacing Martinelli. So, are you even serious about this thing? Why haven't you got Rodrigo? Why haven't you brought Eze over the line? Why haven't you got Gyökeres over the line? Even though I don't think Gyökeres is all that anyway. No, you rather give us Norgard. Do you get me? You rather. So for me, the
I didn't
writing,
even know who he was before he joined Arsenal. I can't lie.
bro, the writing's on the wall for Arsenal. This club has been sinking like the Titanic, and you're right. The second place finishes has papered over the cracks, but the crack is massive now. I would be shocked if Arsenal was top 4 this season. The fact that Arteta's been doing a miracle. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, hey Dej, you know what as well? It's like how you have to look at it as well is, bro, you know how much Eze costs, you know how much Gyökeres costs, you know how much. I hear this negotiation thing, yeah, but we're in a time now where it's a hot market. Players are available one day and gone the next. You see that with how quick Chelsea went in for João Pedro, right? Because at the start of the window, we were linked with João Pedro, and Chelsea identified him like that. Do you know what I'm saying? You see the Newcastles identify Elanga, go and get him like that. Deal's done, right? We're now in an era where you can't sit down and be lay in terms of these deals. If you don't go and get the deal done straight away, yeah, you will lose out on the player. So if you know Eze's got a 60 million release clause, you go and put the money down, right? But there's no point trying to test. And this is the problem. Sometimes it can work. Like in our case with Kudus, West Ham wanted 65, yeah, but we tested the waters. We said, yo, we'll give you 55. And we threatened to walk away from the deal. West Ham ended up folding. But for the hot property in the Premier League, like an Eze, bro, you go and put the money down and get the deal done.
Let me tell you what they're trying to do. Yeah. Now, Northside will agree with this. I feel like Arsenal tried to move like their Spurs. Hear me out. You see Daniel Levy, the reason why he weren't getting deals over the line, if you deep it, was he would hold out till last minute, hoping that the clubs will drop. And to be honest, 7 out of 10 times, it would work. Just before the end of the summer, they might drop a little 5, drop a little 10, gets it over the line. What we're seeing with Arsenal is the complete opposite. Let me explain. Gyökeres it started off at 60 mil, and as the time we're speaking this evening, these brothers are holding out for 70 mil. So this little delay tactic is even backfiring with Arsenal. Like that, let's say the whole thing was they were ready to drop the thing for Spurs, do it over 3 years, rare. Arsenal jumped on the bandwagon. Palace went, all right, let's go back up. Boom. And that's why the deals have stalled. Because Arsenal like, wow, like, how can you just do that? That's because they think Arsenal are bums. They know that they've got cash to burn. And so they're going to take that cash and they're going to bun it. That's what they're going to do. And it's unfortunate that Arsenal is seen in that way. No one respects them. Do you get me?
They need to be careful. They need to be careful because we've got this big cash injection, yeah, from the Saudis and whatnot. If Tottenham decide tomorrow that they want to go and put 80 million on a brand new midfielder who's going to be our midfielder for the next 10 years, and they go and put 80 million down on Wharton, Eze is not leaving Palace. I can tell you that for free. He's not leaving Palace because Palace are not going to lose 2 key players in that window, knowing that they could potentially be going into a European campaign. They're not going to do it. They're just not going to do it. And this is the problem. It's the same thing that United have. If Tottenham decide, okay, let's go and get a number 9. He's a bit more experienced. He's a bit older. Let's go and get a Wissa. You think Brentford are going to sell him Wemo? That deal's done. So this is why you can't stall in the window. And this is why in my previous streams, if you guys don't know, get to know in it. So sub to the Hotspur Cave, Jay from the Cave, all of that good stuff. But this is why I was crashing out about getting these deals done quickly, because we ain't got time to waste, bro. Pre-season's coming and we're playing PSG on August the 13th. Oh, wow. So Palace ain't got no Europe because Lyon ain't getting relegated. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate still. But do you see what I'm saying? Exactly wrap up heaven. And Mbeumo becomes 80 million. He becomes 80 million.
That's it.
The Arsenal Football Club are a facade, bro. And with everything that's going on around your club right now, you would have thought, yo, let's just go and get this deal done. This Gyökeres deal has been going on from the 1st of June. The Madueke links came about last week and the deal's done.
Bro, Jay,
Let that sink in.
Jay, let me look. I know we're talking over Northside and Northside. Sorry, bro. You're just gonna have to occupy this space this evening for a couple more minutes, bro. But these Arsenal fans have been shaking their bum violently for Gyökeres, like he's gonna come and bang like 25 goals in the Prem this season. Like, from where? From where? He's all right. He's a 9, but he's not the gunman that these men have been singing praise. These men have been singing Berta, Berta, Berta. Now I'm reading in the chat, maybe Berta don't have the experience to do deals in the Prem because Prem teams get overpriced. All of a sudden, our brain, now we've got reasons as to why things ain't happening. Do you get me? But when we were warning you before, when we were saying to you, don't shake your bum for this guy, you poo-pooed us. You laughed us out the room. You laughed us out the stream.
We're just jealous, Deji. That's what they said. We're just jealous.
I can't wait to play Arsenal. That for me, looking at Tottenham's team, looking at Arsenal's team, I want to hear Northside say it. You know, I don't even need to ask you the question, bro. Looking at your squad and looking at my squad currently, forget Wissa and forget
No
Waters.
way they actually gave him the number 14.
Oh, it's done. It's done.
So far, you guys have got Kudus and Gibbs White.
Yeah. And then obviously you can include Dan, so we made permanent. Mateus Tell, we also made permanent as well.
And you got an Asian centre back as well, no?
And yeah, Kato Takai, 5 million.
Bad man.
Teenager.
Hold that, bro. He's a bad
How
man.
are you saying bad man? You ain't even seen him play.
He's a bad man, bro. I watched him against.
I know he won. I know he won.
Deji always
Asian Champions League.
I've never seen him play.
Asian Champions League, bro. He did a job on Ronaldo still.
All right, cool. I ain't even gonna entertain that. Cool. Now, listen. Obviously, Kudus, good signing. If I'll be completely honest, I'd rather Bowen. That would be, and I've been saying this when it comes to Arsenal. I've been saying I wanted Bowen, but you got Kudus. I'd rather Kudus than Madueke, so it is what it is. Gibbs White. I'd rather Gibbs White than Norgard. I'll be 100% real. I take Gibbs White. I think he's a good footballer. I think he's a good midfielder. I'd take him at Arsenal. And yeah, your other signings, I wouldn't take them. If I'll be honest, I wouldn't take them. But listen, you guys have got still certain areas that you need to strengthen.
What about Wissa and Adam Walton? If we get Wissa and Adam Walton, would you respect them transfers?
Yeah, Adam Walton, we'll see. We'll see what he does, his potential. Wissa, that's a decent signing. I prefer Wissa than Havertz. I prefer Wissa than Jesus. So I would take Wissa over them two. Do you know what I'm saying? My strike force is shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's one of them ones. Would he be top of my list? No. But would I take him? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones, bro. Like, at least you guys are strengthening the areas that you need. Do you need to strengthen that defense? I still feel like you need to strengthen that defense.
Definitely, we need
100% need to strengthen that defense. That's why when Deji went a little bit too far and started saying, yo, we're going to be challenging for this and that, I'm like, it's still some more business you guys need to do. Let's be real. That team still needs a bit more work. Like, Levy's let that team roll.
Where? Where's the work?
Well, you're happy with Porro at right back?
I think he can do a job, bro. I think part of the problem was our system. I think if we don't press so high, I think Porro can do a job, bro.
Do you know what? I will say this, yeah. I agree with Northside to an extent. But because we haven't had a pre-season, we actually had a chance to see these players under this manager, yeah. I kind of want to see how the fullbacks operate, because you know Thomas Frank's not going to be using them as midfielders. Now they're going to be actual fullbacks doing fullback things, getting up and down the flanks, which is what I want to see. However, one thing we do need to improve, though, is that bench in terms of who we've got coming off the bench in case of the injury crisis. We know Maddison's not always fit. That's why I think Gibbs White was a good signing, do you know, like that. Kulusevski, we don't have him until December. So when you've got Kudus coming in on that right hand side, it's good. Udogie, he needs cover there because we've only got Ben Davis. Do you know what I'm saying? He needs cover. Now Romero's staying. He's not going to Atletico no more. It's confirmed that he's staying. Maybe we don't need to focus too much on a centre back, but that in January we can address that. On the right hand side, we've got Jed Spence covering Porro. Again, is it the fanciest? No. But in terms of in the Premier League, I can't name 5 right backs better than Pedro Porro. I can't, unfortunately. So
yeah, but that's why you got scouts to go out there and find players that are in other leagues that can perform.
True.
For example,
No, you're right.
At Benfica, I told man about the left back, Alvaro Fernandes, and Real Madrid went and bought him. And I told man, there's not a lot of players in the Portuguese league that I feel like are ready right now. He's one of them. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's players out there, bro. There's players out there. You know what I mean? And when Deji's disrespecting the Portuguese league, that's still the Portuguese league that produced a lot of great players. James, Jackson Martinez did well for Atletico. Diego Costa. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of strikers. Falcao. A lot of players, bro. Even the goalkeepers, Edison.
I'm not.
There's been a lot of ballers that have come out of Portugal, bro.
No, 100%.
In recent time, it's not been as great, yeah.
Eric Dyer also came out of
Ruben Diaz, Bernardo, but there's been a ton of
bro,
players.
I'm not knocking the Portuguese league, but
Jean came from there. You would take him in your
what I am knocking
as well. He came from the Portuguese league. You'll take him as well. I'll take him.
The thing that I'm knocking is the fact that because Gyökeres banged in Portugal doesn't mean he's going to come to the Prem and bang. That's the point I'm trying to make. I'm not knocking the Portuguese league per se, but I am saying that the Portuguese league is weaker than the Prem. He's not going to be up against the speed and the strength of some of the centre backs that we have in the Premier League, and therefore I don't think he's the gunman that Arsenal fans think he's going to be.
Yeah, the Premier League is made up of foreign players, though. The Premier League is made up of foreign players. In the international stage, it's the foreign teams, not the English national team that be winning all the trophies. The biggest ballers in the Premier League are not even English. So this is what's ironic about it. People talk about, are they ready for the Prem? Most of the best players are not even English. There's a very small section of the players that are English. Most of them are foreign, bro. Mo Salah, foreign. When Mane was here, foreign. Mane, foreign. Van Dijk, foreign. Do you know what I'm saying?